Don't look at me that way. You're the one who clicked on this. You should know weird things are going to happen. This is what happens when you get too involved in skin investing. So, good day, everyone. Hope you're doing all right. From what you can see here, this is what happens when your Twitch chat reaches a goal and they force you to do things you don't want to. I love them so much. So, yeah. Ain't that lovely? Yay! so floppy. I swear, I've got to use two hands now to keep it upright, just so it stays there. Oh well, look, let's stop being silly and let's just jump in now and start talking about skins. So let's go in now. Right, good day, Ruskin enjoyers. I hope you're doing all right, because it's time to scream about the new Rustore rotation. It was March Force Wipe, and I'm talking about maybe about 5 hours ago now. No, almost 6 hours ago, we had the Rustore rotation happen. So yeah, it's been quite some time. We've been doing a lot of silly things. Basically, we've had a very reasonable amount of time to go and see how popular some of those skins are and whatnot. But I will sit here and say, not everybody's super enthusiastic in regards to what we have here for the skins that are picked today. Now, we did get Legacy Kevlar, fair enough, and we were anticipating that. But we did not get any Thunder Gold, and we did not get any flashbacks. And you're probably wondering, oh no, are they doomed now? No. You don't want to worry about that too much right here, right now. And in fact, I guess we could probably quickly talk about a certain trend that's been going on for quite some time. So if we were to quickly go over to here, if I could just quickly go to sem.abp, I want to bring up a holiday trend that I've been noticing happening for the past 3 holidays. So the most recent one I'm talking about here is Lunar New Year. Now, by holiday, I mean when the Rustore only consists and focuses on a theme for a specific holiday. Most recent one, Lunar New Year. So what's so special about this? Well, it's actually not this actual Rustore, it's the Rustore just before that. So the Rustore just before this, there's an interesting detail. We got quite a lot of late picks. So if I just quickly show you that's a late pick, that's a late pick, and that's an extra late pick. And then if we were to go back to just before Christmas time, if we go to the December 7th Rustore, what do we see? Just before we started the Christmas Rustores, extra late pick, very extra late pick, 6 weeks. So for both the Ronin hoodie and pants, and then 5 weeks for the antique sword. The point I'm trying to get across to you is, with the final Rustore, just before some holiday batches of Rustores, we tend to see late picks appear. And then just to really confirm this, let's go back to the Rustore just before Halloween kicked off. And what did we see? Late pick. And then we saw an extra late pick. And of course, another late pick there and another late pick there. A lot of late picks happen with the final Rustore just before some holidays. So what's all this about then, Hedge? It's the beginning of March. What's so special then? Well, next week, technically speaking, is looking to be the final Rustore before we have Easter Rustores. So if I were to quickly go over to here one more time and see this, in the newest blog, so here you go, lighting the way, we have the nice new Nightlight being introduced and whatnot. At the very bottom, we can see when they're pointing out when they're going to introduce the Easter update, it's happening on March 21st, which leads me to believe the Easter Rustores will start on the 21st of March. Not too hard to understand that. Therefore, the final Rustore before, of course, the next holiday is going to be March 14th. So what's this all leading up to? What on earth are you talking about? Well, technically speaking, now that we've had this Rustore, which you can see right here, and of course here, well, all of these skins in the most recent TGG's top picks list are technically now going to be late picks if they were to be picked now. So that means if you're worried about Thunder Gold and if you're worried about flashbacks, technically speaking, they're still prime and ready to be picked next week. So maybe for some strange reason, Facepunch decided, no, let's not accept them this week. We'll accept them next week. I don't know why they would have done that. It's definitely not smart. Because, of course, today's the day where you're going to see a lot more people playing. But maybe they thought about giving some other people a chance. I don't know. It's a bit of a stretch. But based on what we've seen with the most recent Rustores just before a holiday, it seems to be a trend that we do mostly see late picks. So there is still a solid chance we could see flashbacks or Thunder Gold next week. Maybe. Possibly. Okay? So, in short, don't go selling all of your flashbacks and, Thunder Gold right about now. At least wait until next week. And then next week we can have the final nail in the coffin. All right? So we'll see how that all turns out. So keep that in mind. Now, with the new batch of Rust skins, we've only got 8 this week. I reckon we should quickly hop in and quickly find out which of these skins are and are not abnormal. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I can confirm. I need to take these off because I can't type properly. Right, so we can confirm that Blocky Rig Garage Door is abnormal. The Imperial Thompson is not abnormal. The Khokhloma Small Box is abnormal. The Legacy Kevlar boots are not abnormal, along with the gloves. And the prototype 7164 AR is abnormal. The Skullforce Bandana is not abnormal, but the Poncho is abnormal. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 abnormals for this week. Cool, interesting, very nice to know. Right, so of course with a brand new Rust rotation taking place, we can now hop in and take a look at the likes of the skins that were of course regular from the previous week. So if we were to go over to here, see the final sales of last week's skins, we can confirm that Damascus Roadsign gloves and boots did about 17,000 sales. They might have done more, who knows, maybe private accounts out there probably did some more purchases, but there was a bit of a problem with this. The boots and the gloves might have sold a little bit too much. I did discuss this last night, and I decided I didn't want to go anywhere near the gloves in the end because of this. It might take a while for this to load up. There you go. But yeah, even the tier 2 now is starting to sour because, of course, if you can remember, the amount of sales, that these had in reference to the likes of tier 3 and hoodie and pants doesn't match up very well. There's only so many of these that can be a full, complete collection, and it looks like tier 2 and boots and gloves will be in the excess, which will potentially be a problem down the line. We shall see. So looking at the state of these, unfortunately the barders are only going up to 70 cents, and if I look at the likes of the boots, pretty much the exact same thing. I'm a little bit concerned for both of these. I think they've sold too much. That led me to avoiding them, and unfortunately I worry they're not going to retain their value. I know I spoke of this very nicely when I first saw it, but the problem is it just simply sold too much. So it is what it is. Crazy. I'll talk about that in a second, all right, when we get to it. Don't worry. But in regards to this, okay, keep an eye out. And if you did do a buy order, keep an eye on it because you never know, you might get dumped on. So be careful. Right, then we have the likes of the Serpent AR. Now, the Serpent AR currently doesn't have any listing below $2.60, and it does have buy orders going above $1. So that's nice to see. Will it last? I don't know. I wasn't super confident in this when I looked at it last night, but it seems to be doing reasonably okay at the moment. But it's still going below its Rustle price for sure. Yeah, that's definitely happening. Unless someone, or if nobody lists theirs below $2.60, surely it has to go up in price, right? Maybe. We'll see, but someone will crack, surely. Anyway, abnormals last night. We had the likes of the Thunder Gold SAR. So apparently this has only done about 10,000 sales. Yeah, no, I'm surprised as well. So, yeah, last night I did go ahead and buy some of these, if I can just quickly confirm that. I bought 31. It wouldn't let me buy 30. I added one and then suddenly I can buy that much. So, okay, I bought 31. But yeah, it sold really little. And I'm quite surprised by that. Now, we did discuss that quite a lot last night when we did our abnormal barders. So here you go. Here's the most recent abnormal barder stream / video. So consider giving that a good watch if you'd like. But we went and talked about the Thunder Gold SAR a lot last night. A lot. So feel free to listen to me as I talked about that and what led me to figuring out that I wanted to go ahead and buy some. Well, in short, the barter support is looking very nice. It's now pushing up to $3 and no listing is below $4 at the moment. This sold about 25% less compared to the AK. And if I were to go look at the Thunder Gold collection right now, I mean, it's doing pretty good. It's doing pretty good. So that's the only AK-47 that's out currently in the past 2 years. You also have Kiss AR, but out of like 100 AKs that came out recently, this is only one of 2 that are in the positive. So it just goes to show people like this. How much did you offer for the Thunder Gold SAR? I did a barter pushing up to about $2.60 to $2.70. That's what I did. And then, of course, I did a lower barter because I do 2 barters with 2 different accounts. So Thunder Gold looking pretty good right there. Now, even the likes of the Apocalypse Nomad, that's also doing pretty nice at the moment. Sold for $2.49. Well, it's got barters going all the way up to above that. And the cheapest listing is $4. So it looks like that did catch on. But it didn't get noticeable until now. Now, let's also not forget, there's going to very likely be a lot more listings at some point down the line because, of course, not everybody who bought this last week has the ability to sell it yet. So look at this again in about a week's time, and if it's still doing good like that, then yeah, that's going to have a nice future ahead of it. We shall see. All right, we shall see. And then, well, Cyber Tier 2, oh dear, $1.49 in a Rust store, but no buy order anywhere close to that. It doesn't look like it's going to retain its value, unfortunately. No, I'm not confident in that at all. And I did say that last night. It's very unfortunate, but it just doesn't really have any interest. Plus, I get the feeling, because, we did just literally have, like, Damascus. It's another metallic set. People probably don't feel the need to want to buy another one, so bad timing, I'm afraid, it seems. So, yeah, overall, that's the final amount. That's what it is. And if you managed to buy a few here and there in regards to the SARS and the MP5s, congratulations. If you bought anything else, well, you better keep an eye on all of it. And so that was last week's skins. Let's close this up and let's go ahead and take a look at this week's skins. The brand new skins for the March Force White. So, yeah, I'm sure many of you are well aware now that we've just had a very interesting update. We had a decent amount of people pop in today, 144,000. I do expect even more to appear over the course of this weekend. But now it's a case of looking at the skins and thinking, okay, what are we expecting for the likes of these skins from here now? Are they going to be nice investments? Let's go and talk. Now, to my surprise, it's been 6 hours almost, and these have sold a lot already. Like a lot. So, few thousand sales, you might sit there and say, is that really that much? Well, let me just go do a real quick comparison. So, last week, of course, with every brand new Rust or rotation, I will take a screenshot after the first 24 hours of sales. This is what last week's Rust or looked like after 24 hours of sales. Do you see these numbers here? And if we go back over to here, what do we see? Yeah. We've already beaten last week's 24 hours of sales. There is a lot of momentum with these skins. And when we get to it, I want to bring up Legacy Kevlar because, well, if we just quickly hop back over to here, I think we might be selling a little bit too much. So we'll come back to that in a minute when we talk specifically about Legacy Kevlar. But the first thing I, of course, want to talk about is the top selling skin so far. It's the blocky rig garage door. So, in terms of a cute, colourful, but fun-looking design, blocky rig garage door's looking pretty sweet. That's a fun little thing right there. That looks awesome. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be appreciating this. But one thing we do need to consider, how many garage doors have we had so far this year? Because last year and the year before that, we got quite a lot. But so far this year, well, quite the lineup, isn't it? Quite the lineup. But yeah, we are, 8-9 weeks into the year, and we've already had 5. Now, does that mean we're on par to potentially matching up to or surpassing the 28 garage doors that we had accepted last year? Actually, 27, because that technically wasn't actually added. Maybe. Well, it's questionable, isn't it? Because, like you can see there, garage doors aren't exactly doing super great at the moment. Well, that one's doing all right, but all the other ones... But that neon garage door is a bit special. We know about that, don't we? So, I am... a little bit concerned. Number one, that garage door is selling quite a lot already. At the current pace, it looks like it's going to do about 30,000 sales. And I can back that up in a minute with a pretty easy reference. But with this, you have to think to yourself, okay, that's cool, that's nice, but will we see something like this appear potentially later this year or something else that might take away all its thunder? That's a cool looking design. Keka did a very good job with this. And, well, I know it got quite a lot of votes. I can see it's got a very unique design that we very likely won't be seeing being matched by anything else. Will this potentially turn into a deplorable collection? Who knows? But I'm pretty sure people are probably going to start asking. Yep, sheet metal door for small... Yeah, people are already asking. People are already asking, hey, can you make another one? Like, someone's quite literally said, hey, can you make a small oil rig for the sheet metal door? So I get the feeling we will be seeing maybe like a cool-looking blocky monument set. That might be interesting. There you go. Someone go tell them now. Someone go tell them, can you make a blocky set? Give us all the doors, the double doors. Give us a blocky furnace. What would you do for that? You could probably do dome on that or something, maybe, because, yeah, at the very top, you could have the very top of the dome. Oh, that would work. Yeah, there you go. There's an idea. We best go tell him that. So I'll go do that. Anyway, so if we do see this potentially turning into a deplorable set, all right, that's cool. That's fine. But how quick will that be? Because we have Easter now, don't we? Yes, we do have Easter just around the corner. So please take this into consideration. At best, we're probably not going to see another blocky skin for at least 2 or 3 weeks now. Yeah. And people who invest into skins, if they don't get instant gratification, instant continuations, well, they start to dump very quickly. And unfortunately, with the amount that's selling, I can't help but assume a lot of people buying that in excess with a pure intent to sell. I mean, that's what we're technically potentially going to be doing. But If far too many people do that, it definitely has a negative impact on the skins. That's essentially what basically happened with the likes of the Damascus gloves. I was very optimistic for it initially, but after waiting a while and looking at this on Wednesday night, I realised it sold too much. And this is why I always say, wait until about Wednesday, look at the amount of sales the skins have had, then make a consideration. Now remember, we're looking at this with the financial perspective. If you like the skin, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators, keep them motivated, keep wanting to put out very nice creative designs in the future. And that right there, a very unique creative design, so give them some props, Mr. Keka. But in terms of wanting to potentially make a nice investment, maybe buy about, who knows, 30, 50, maybe even 100, in hopes of potentially selling for a future, selling them for a good profit in the future. Well, at the moment, I think I might just stick with doing an abnormal buy order for now. Again, we will look at this Wednesday night next week. We'll see how many sales have happened, and we'll make a consideration in how we might want to approach it. And yeah, that's going to be the best answer I can give to you right now. Cool looking idea, nice looking garage door, but again, still concerned. And with the amount of sales that we've seen, it is concerning, but we can't really properly show you a good example of that until we start talking about the likes of Legacy Kevlar, which we're going to do right now. So, Legacy Kevlar boots and gloves. Number one, some of you might have noticed this on the Steam SCMM.app, that the boots are said to be not marketable. Don't worry about this. By Thursday, that'll get fixed for sure. It's happened before, not too long ago, when we had the Trust and Rust skins. Do you remember when the skins, when they were accepted, they had like the wrong colour scheme, and 3 of the skins had not marketable. It was the Royal M249, the Abyss Roadsign gloves, and the Pirate Garage Door. They had the not marketable tag. When the next Thursday rolled in, all of them were corrected, and they became marketable when the Rust Door rotated. So don't worry about that too much. You should just know that both of the boots and the gloves are not abnormal, okay? That's not abnormal, that's not abnormal. And both of them have done about 8,000 sales already. So why am I making such a big fuss about sales? Well, let's go make a comparison to the first 24 hours of sales that the other Tier 2 pieces had about a month ago. Yes, about a month ago. For the beginning of February, we had Legacy Kevlar Roadsign Vest and Legacy Kevlar Helmet. And after 24 hours of sales, they did 11,700 and 11,580. And that's subscriber count. That's the bare minimum sales. That is all the individuals that bought the skin. We don't know how many they bought, but we know at least 11,700 people bought this skin within the first 24 hours of sales. As I hop back over to here, you might notice that these are selling a little bit too much too quickly. 6 hours in, they've already done 8,000 sales each. Where are they going to end up at when we look at this again tomorrow after 24 hours of sales? It's going to be a little bit, a bit scary, I think. Do you reckon? Do you reckon we might immediately match up to the amount of sales that Damascus had with almost 17,000? If that's the case, I am going to be a little bit worried for these boots and gloves. Now, if we look at Legacy Kevlar as a whole, because of course the main thing that we want to talk about is, will the sales match up with each other? As you'd know, when we got the likes of the hoodie and pants, they sold a very big fat amount. And, well, unfortunately, it didn't work out very well for them, did it? Now, the reason why the vest, and just to point out, this is glitched. SCM's got this glitch, so just ignore these boots here. Those are the real boots, not those ones. They're fake. As you'd know, Legacy Kevlar started off with Legacy Kevlar vest and face mask. Now, what was convenient for them, even though they sold a ton, like loads and loads and loads, because they were first, they had all the core pieces come out after it that gave them loads of boosts. So if this had come out in the position where hoodie and pants were and sold this much, they would have been even worse than that. The unfortunate thing with these is that they happen to be third, and they happen to be the skins that didn't get an instant acceptance literally after it, and unfortunately loads of people invested into these with the pure intent to sell, far too many excess purchases, and of course with no instant extra new continuation appearing the very next week, people immediately lost hope and just dumped and unloaded all their stock on the Steam market. So that's the quick story in regards to the hoodie and pants here. But when these came out at the very beginning of February, they did not sell that much. In the end, these did about 24,000 bare minimum sales. All right. So at the very least, if this does end up matching up to around this after 24 hours of sales, I reckon these are going to probably do between 25 to 30,000 sales. But at the current pace, I think they're going to surpass it. That would mean that these are going to be wedged in between the likes of the kilt and the rest of the other tier 2 armor, and then the likes of the hoodie and the pants and the tier 3, basically, it's not exactly going to be the lowest selling skins, but it's not exactly going to be the highest selling skins. Regardless, we do have that trend for the likes of Roadsign gloves. What do you mean, Hedge? Well, let me explain. So as long as a pair of Roadsign glove skins are part of a collection, as in a full collection, at least tier 3 armor, tier 2 armor, and hoodie and pants, most likely that's going to end up becoming a skin that's in the positive. So, for example, we got Abyss Roadsign gloves. That came out very recently-ish, sort of. But Abyss collection has all the pieces. It's got tier 2, tier 3, and hoodie and pants. And look, you know, that's in the positive. That's doing okay at the moment. So, but yeah, it's doing all right. And it sold at $2. So that sold at $2 and it still worked out all right. But let's go show you something a little bit different. Now, yes, I have gone through the whole process before, where we scroll down and we point out certain collections that aren't exactly doing super great, such as Copper and Skullkiller. Well, weirdly, Skullkiller Roadsign gloves, they're selling 64%, you know, positive. And then Skullkiller right here, that's doing 39% positive. And then we go look at their collections and we see that Copper collection is basically all in the negative except the gloves. Now, you might also question, but Hedge, look at the amount of sales these had in comparison to the rest of these things. Yes, that is also another contributing factor. But then if we go over to the likes of Skullkiller, I do believe Skullkiller actually did sell very similar numbers to the rest of the skins. So that did about 12,000 sales. Tier 3, well, that did about 17,000. This did 20. This did about 13 to 15. All right, yeah, then again, another one. Skullkiller did not sell as much compared to the rest of the set. What about JPEG? JPEG was another one. JPEG Roadsign gloves were the last armor pieces to be accepted. Well, was one of. But yeah, these are selling very nicely at the moment. And these only did about 6,000 sales. And, well, yeah, I'll be honest with you, it really does look like it's due to the fact that these just didn't sell that much. And that probably does apply to many of the other Roadsign glove skins. But I do believe half the reason why, at the very least, is due to the fact that it's got all of the other clothing and armor pieces. So, smart thing to do, wait until Wednesday. This is not abnormal. We cannot do an abnormal barge on it. We do not have that advantage. However, in regards to what we have for those Roadsign boots and gloves, so as long as we could just keep track on the sales that it has, I think potentially it could still work out very nicely in the future, alright? But Legacy Kevlar has been very awkward. Legacy Kevlar has been very, very awkward since its, appearance. It's only been around for 2 months, and it had some very nice high highs and some very awful, terrible low lows. Now, with the appearance of Legacy Kevlar boots and gloves appearing today, I can confirm Legacy Kevlar has been a mainstay on the front page. It just keeps getting bought. Very nice to see. I'm not sure if this is going to last, though. So, if you aren't fully well aware, we have seen a slow decline with these prices. The Easter dip is just around the corner. This is a routine thing that happens every single year. Just take note. One of the notable contributing things in regards to the Easter dip is the fact that less people play the game. So we have a very nice start to the year, but it slowly starts to go downwards. But then it all improves once we have the summertime. Kids, you know, summer vacation, they're out of school, they're playing Rust again. Loads of people playing Rust. Skin prices improve. It's not too hard to put 2 and 2 together. So people starting to disappear, prices go down. People start to reappear, prices go back up. This is a routine thing that happens every single year, and it's already happening right now. I'm pretty sure this average player count will improve now that we've had the force wipe. Just wait and see. But yeah, that's my point. That's what I'm just kind of pointing out to all of you. So back over to here, right? Legacy Kevlar, that's been going downwards, a very steep decline. It's very unfortunate, but yes, we did see a spike in demand, spike in price. It's not going to last forever, though. All right, it will start probably stagnating again. It's very unfortunate to see, but it wasn't too surprising either. We did kind of point this out. We should know that this was going to happen. Okay, so the best thing we can do is we can just sit and wait till Wednesday, look at the sales that have happened, make comparisons to the other skins, again, like I did with back over to here, looking at the state of how far these went after the first 24 hours of sales, and then looking back over to here. Yeah, that's the best comparison we can do. And then when it comes to boots, well, I'm not as confident with boots. Now, we had this whole discussion last week with Damascus, Roadsign gloves and boots, and unfortunately the boots aren't actually appearing. That's awkward. What if I type boots here? Boots. Because, you know, we can make some comparisons to other sets and whatnot. So we could make a comparison to like Dragon Rage boots. What about Black Gold boots? What about Blackout boots? Ooh. But aren't they just regular black boots? Well, you could get training boots if you want. Oh, they're stylish. Adidas. But scroll down a little bit more, all the way down to here. You could just get black boots. If you really want to, if you want to wear boots. So I don't think the boots are going to be that much better, I guess. I don't think people are going to be going so crazy. But another thing we should point out, they're both 99 cents. Maybe they do end up selling a lot more. And again, if you're going to sell these at 99 cents, you shouldn't be too surprised, should you? So, yeah. Okay. Selling them for 99 cents probably didn't help it out, especially based on, well, it's just very easy for people to just buy a ton of these. If they sold them for $2 each, they probably wouldn't have seen so many sales. Yeah, we'll see what happens by Wednesday. That's the smartest approach that I can offer. Hello, Monstera, how you doing? Right, so, smart answer is, let's just wait till Wednesday. I lean more towards the likes of the Roadsign gloves doing better compared to the boots. But, yeah, smartest thing to do is, of course, wait until Wednesday. Now, by all means, if you want to buy them, if you've got, like... if you really want to buy them, go buy them. You know, support the skin creators. You know how... You know my whole spiel by now. But, yeah, you do have a full collection here now, and that is very nice to see. What happens now with the likes of Legacy Kevlar? Well, maybe, just maybe, people might feel the need to want to use it now, especially considering we got the new Nightlight introduced with the, well, force wipe today. So if we go remember how nighttime used to look in the past, here's Legacy Kevlar on the previous nighttime. There you go. And, well, in short, nighttime, just when it was pitch black, everything was pitch black. You couldn't see a thing. Even when you have like full whiteout right here, it also was pitch black. But with the new update that's just rolled out today, basically, with what we see here, it actually might, you might be more noticeable if you wear brighter clothing. Maybe this does lean into the idea that darker clothing might potentially get bought a fair bit more. It's only a difference of noticing someone. In terms of measurements, if you're using foundations as a measurement, you might spot someone maybe half a foundation a little bit closer compared to someone using some darker clothing. If anything, wear gloves. Gloves is the main thing. If your character has darker pigmentation, you've basically got an OP skin right there. But in terms of wanting to wear white out at night time, it's not going to do any favours. And yeah, consider watching this Rust Nightlight March update, and you'll see with Mike Crow, who provided the videos. Thank you to you again, Mr. Mike Crow, because his character's white. You keep seeing his hands first, but when he wore gloves, couldn't see him that well. And it's interesting. So consider giving that a good look, or just jump in the game and see nighttime for yourself. It's not too hard. But potentially you might see Legacy Kevlar and Blackout and all of its alternatives potentially getting a bit of a boost in price. Maybe we won't see it that much until the summertime. We'll see. But keep an eye on all of that, okay? Right, so Legacy Kevlar is interesting, but it's definitely selling quite a little bit too quickly. With that, it leads me to being fairly cautious. So for now, we're going to leave it. And we'll look at it again on Wednesday. We'll do abnormal barders, and we'll make a consideration if we actually want to jump in and buy some. Otherwise, we'll just probably stick with doing a barder. Sounds good? Let's move on. Skullforce, Bandana, and Hide Poncho. So I want to point this out again. When I first saw this with the sunglasses, okay, fair enough. That looks cool. All right? That does look cool. So what do we expect now next? What could we see next from this? I know over the past few weeks, Mr. Sean Mick has been trying to get some more weapon skins accepted. I think he should just drop all that. Go make a primitive set. That looks cool. I want to see some hide clothing. I want to see some burlap clothing. I need to see a skull mask. Yes, it is skull mask as well. Shut up, chat. I know you're going to say disco. Shut up. Shut up. But anyway, if that does lead to the likes of a brand new primitive set, I think that's going to be working out a whole lot better for them. Stop chasing after weapons. Go for what works best, and that is definitely your very cool looking primitive set right there. So that looks nice. I think a lot of people will definitely be appreciating something like that, and it's not too expensive. That costs 99 cents, that costs $2. It could work out quite all right. If anything, it might be a bit of a stretch. Do you reckon that could be desert camouflage? It's not exactly white. It's like it's a very light brown colour. What do you reckon? No. It's not. No. That was definitely a stretch. But in terms of, does it look cool? Do you agree? Do you like it? Are you a fan of that? So yeah, looking at the state of this, I should also point out once again that only the poncho is abnormal. The bandana, that is 99 cents. That is not abnormal. Okay. Looking at the poncho, right? We at least can do an abnormal barter this upcoming Wednesday night. and we can see the support afterwards. But what we also want to do is keep an eye on the workshop. And, maybe one of you, hello chat, maybe one of you want to hop in and ask, hey, are you going to make a primitive set now? Is that what you plan on doing? So, yeah, someone hop in and say, very cool to see this being accepted, but do you plan to make any more primitive skins, such as burlap or hide? And we'll see how that turns out. Sounds good? So, yeah, that's the best you can do, because the next batch of skins that are going to be made from here are now going to be Easter-themed skins. That is to be expected. And like I said earlier today, it's going to be kicking off on the 21st of March. That means the skin creators need to get Easter skins readily prepared sooner rather than later. So we'll see how that all turns out. All right then, so Skullforce, Bandana and Hide Poncho. Based on what I've seen in recent times, we did have the likes of the Cursed Collection. Chat, do you remember this? We had Cursed Bandana and of course we had Cursed Poncho. Now there was a bit of a problem. They sold far too much. Oh, sorry. They came out at the very beginning of this year, didn't they? Yep. Now, at the very beginning of this year, all of these skins sold an absurd amount because, of course, for the January 4th swipe, we saw an absurd amount of people playing the game. So an absurd amount of people playing the game ended up seeing these skins in a rush store. They bought out tons of them, and now, unfortunately, quite a significant portion of those people that are playing the game during that period of time have, unfortunately, disappeared, and they've left behind all their skins at low prices on the Steam market. Hooray! Right, so I don't think we're going to end up in a situation like that with the Skullforce, Bandana and Poncho, but these are selling quite a lot still. Based on what we've seen with the week from the before, back over to here, we've basically already matched up the sales that these had after 24 hours of sales. So I reckon we might end up seeing these doing about 20,000 sales each. Is that going to be okay? I don't know. I'm conflicted. Cursed Collection, even though it ended up being a full collection, a full primitive collection of sorts, it still isn't doing super great. Now, if I were to go over to here real quickly, we should take into consideration every skin on the Steam market right now is suffering from the Easter dip. We should point that out. That's the wrong Cursed Collection. Damn, I am damned. There we go, Cursed Collection. Some of it's doing all right. Some of it, it's not doing terrible. If anything, these two are reasonably okay. It's these two that aren't doing super great. And that's the most recent thing we can compare to. So looking at this bandana, after seeing how many we saw being accepted last year, which was 6, which was quite a lot, one of them being a Twitch drop, okay, fair enough. I'm not super confident it's going to instantly be okay. But I am confident to sit here and tell you, if we do see primitive skin continuations, as in if we do see burlap clothing, and if we do see hide clothing, yes, the bandana and the poncho will be rising in price. We saw that happen with the likes of Desert Beast. We saw that happen with the likes of Cursed Collection. That did happen, yes it did. So that's the best thing we can do. But unfortunately, we very likely won't be seeing any more Skullforce, continuations until after the Easter batch of skins, which very likely might not happen until April time. Do you reckon people who bought those skins will be patient enough to wait? I don't think so. So I think I might end up just, sticking with a buy order, but at the very least, this is abnormal. So we'll see the state of this on Wednesday. We'll make a consideration of what price we might want to offer. We'll attack it with the abnormal buy orders, and then we'll see what the support looks like afterwards, and then we'll make a consideration whether we actually want to jump into the poncho, and of course, potentially jump in onto the likes of the bandana. Sounds good? Let's move on. Another AK. So, yeah, I hope that described my mood. Another expensive AK. Oh. I know I already look ridiculous. I know, I'm a very sad Teletubby right now. But basically, within, a month, we've had some pretty expensive AK-47s, and now we've got another one. Face Punch, I honestly do think you need to kind of, give us a bit of a break. Come on now. So let's just kind of go over this real quickly. A good, at the beginning of the likes of the month for February, we had Lunar New Year with the mythical Dragon AR, $3.49. Well, sorry. If I actually stopped and breathed, I wouldn't yawn so much. Literally a week later, we saw the Thunder Gold AK-47, another $3.49 AK-47. Literally, the very next week, we had the inflatable AR, $3. And then next week, okay, a standard AK at $2, that's fine. But literally next week, literally just after, another $3 AK-47. What? Face Punch is releasing far too many AKs in such a short amount of time, and let alone expensive AKs. And unfortunately, most of them aren't doing very well. And, quite some time back, we did have the El Diablo AR as well. That was in the middle of January. Well, that sold for $3.49. Now it's selling for 98 cents. Yep. So I'm a little bit cautious, and I'm a little bit worried. Now, this is abnormal, and it does look pretty cool. I will give it that, Mr. 1RJ has produced a pretty interesting looking skin here. But, again, it's another AK. And we just literally had pricey AKs in Rust stores not too long ago. I'm pretty sure within recent times, people who would have wanted a nice cool looking AK would have probably already bought one recently. Well, they want to buy another one. And, well, will this actually hold? And I don't know. This is abnormal. I'm going to wait until Wednesday. I'm going to wait until we see this, see how this looks in terms of its sales, and make a consideration to figure out, am I satisfied with the amount of sales that has? Is it still potentially going to be a problem? Look, listen, I'm probably just going to stick with Dunabarda. There's nothing wrong with the design, it's just timing isn't the best for it. I don't know why Face Punch keeps releasing AKs at higher prices at the moment. It's not doing them any favours. I honestly think they should release one for 99 cents. That's what they're going to end up at anyway, so screw it. You might get more sales than at the very least. And yeah, that also does apply to the likes of the skin creators. If you end up getting a lot more sales, maybe end up making a lot more profit. We'll see. But anyway, prototype, it doesn't stand out super great to me. And that's me, offering my opinion. But the main problem is the timing and the amount of AKs we've had in such a short amount of time. I don't think it's going to hold up very well. That's my first assumption. Maybe things do improve as time goes on. We shall see. But not exactly doing super great. Price will go up or not? No, I don't think so. I think that'll be going down. I am not optimistic with the likes of that Mr. Marksmanville. Okay, so what do we have right here? Well, it's another Khokhloma storage with the extra glow-in-the-dark. So this is extra shiny glow-in-the-dark small box. I do believe they have the glow at maximum. They haven't shown a picture with this without lighting next to it, so I guess they're trying to hide it. But yes, this does glow in the dark, and it's very bright. And I do believe it's going to look exactly like the version 2 of... Where is it? There we go. Do you remember how bright this was? Well, now you remember, because it was really bright, insanely bright. I'm not sure if that's even necessary anymore now that we've got the new Nightlight with the March Force White. We shall see. But I do have to question. A glow-in-the-dark small box is probably going to sell a decent amount, maybe up to about 15,000 maybe. We shall see. But glow-in-the-dark small boxes, do they hold up very well? And the answer is I don't think so. Now, the most recent one that we've seen was a holiday theme one, a Valentine's one, and unfortunately it's already down by 37. However, I will point this out. There's only, how many of these in the Steam market? Let's just go see. How many? And the answer is, well, there's only 19 on the Steam market. After a few sales, it might actually turn around and go back up in price. Well, the answer is no, not really. So, I don't know. It's conflicting. It's strange. The kit looks nice. I know, Mr. Let's treat that as a question for after all of this. I will go over it again, Marksman, because there is an extra detail that I'll point out for the prototype. I'm talking about the small box now. So let me just finish this off. So, in regards to the Khokhloma small box, that is abnormal. So that's a positive. We can use that to our advantage. But I know it's conflicting. I mean, number one, go take a look at the Khokhloma box. How's that currently holding up? When did it come out? 2 weeks ago? Yes. Right. That's actually in the positive at the moment. Maybe I'm fussing too much. Maybe not too many of these sold. Maybe someone jumped in and bought out a massive chunk of them to make it appear to be a whole lot more valuable. Who knows, chat? Who knows? But yeah, that did happen. Someone jumped in, bought out a significant chunk so that there was only a few of them that were at a lower price, and even those got bought out. And yeah, this is now sitting at $3.50 with Bardas pushing all the way up to $2.70. But the main reason as to why that's happened is because someone jumped in and bought out 61 of these at the price of about all the way up to about $2.40, $2.50, the price it sold for the Rust store. So that's doing very good now, but it took one person to spend a lot of money just to make it happen. I'm not sure if that's going to happen with the likes of the small box, but the point still remains, that was selling for below its Rust store price initially, but then someone stepped in, spent a lot of money to make it seem a lot more valuable. So I'm still conflicted with the likes of this. What do you reckon? Personally, again, it's abnormal. So we'll just wait until Wednesday. Haha. But if you look at all the small box skins that we've had over the past year or so, you might notice not many of them are actually doing very well. So I can't help but assume that's what's going to happen. I can't help but assume that will be going below its retail price. But for how long? Because maybe it does improve around the summertime. Maybe the guy that, did that thing with the large box on the Steam market does it for the small box as well. And then ends up becoming a very nice profitable skin. We shall see. So smart thing to do is see how many sales it has on Wednesday and we'll work from there. Sounds good? Let's move on. So, when we have... what do we have here? Thompson! Yay! So, in regards to Thompson skins, we actually brought this up last week. Not on the stream, I believe, but... on my stream, not on the video, is what I meant to say. We haven't had a Thompson for quite some time. Well, now we do. All right. So you might be sitting there saying, oh, wow, it's been 2 months and we haven't had like a proper marketable Thompson. Surely that means we're not going to get that many Thompsons this year. I want to point this out to you. Last year, we got our first Thompson in February, our second in the middle of March, and then from then on, we just kept getting a lot more Twitch drops, and then it just kind of snowballed, and we ended up with 17 by the end of the year. To see only 2 so far, it doesn't necessarily mean we're not going to be seeing a ton. We could still see a lot more later this year. Again, Twitch drops as well. So you've been warned. You've been warned. So Imperial Thompson, how's this currently looking? So if we just quickly go over to here. Sorry, I've got to take my glove back off again. I can't move my hand properly. Looking at the state of this Thompson, there's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly fine for what it is. Doesn't stand out super great, but I could still assume it works out quite nicely in the future. A smart builder can still work out very nicely. A standard grey aim sight. Oh, where have I seen that before? Well, I've got something to reference in a second. So this has got a nice pretty design to it. But I want to remind you of another grey Thompson that came out last year around this period of time. Early in the year, what did we see appear? Lunar Thompson during March. That is now down 47%. Now, it sold for $2.49, which is a higher price than normal. But yeah, this is the current state of that. Let's go take a looky when it wants to. And yeah, Lunar Thompson is not looking very good at the moment. No. So, looking at that, unfortunately, it's not really doing very nicely at the moment. It doesn't seem to be very in demand. Yes, the appearance is slightly different. True, we can respect that. If we quickly hop back over to here. Not you. This, not you. This. There we go. That's not too bad looking. I like the design. I think it looks really cool. I think he did a very decent job with this. But is it going to hold? Is it going to last? Are people going to be appreciating this? Do they look at that and think, oh yeah, no, that's fine. I need that. That's cool. That's cool. Are they going to still be thinking like that? I don't know. It's conflicting. Yes, it is. So overall, with what we have here, I can't help but assume it will still go below its retail price. Like, I kind of fully expect it. But what buy order price might we want to do? Well, it's all depending on how many sales we have by the end of the week, aka Wednesday. So that is not abnormal, unfortunately. We are just going to have to look at it on Wednesday and make a decision. Do we want to jump in and make a purchase, yes or no? Currently, I think I just want to wait. That's going to be the smartest option. So I think I might just stick with doing a buy order. I think that's going to be the way to go. Yeah. Thompsons aren't as reliable as they used to be. And I have a video series basically talking about that. So over the past, it was like a period of 8 months. So from May to like August to like January, I was keeping track of Thompson skins. And where is there it is. The final result was, they don't look to be very reliable anymore. That was the final result. So I looked at all the Thompsons, I looked at their support and whatnot, and I was like, they've all started going downwards really hard. And I have a lot of Thompsons, and well, it sucks. It really does. So Thompsons aren't as reliable as they used to be. I definitely needed to make sure that I pointed that out. So you do you, if you like it, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creator. But in terms of making a nice potential profit, I don't know. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to wait and see how many sales it has. That's my answer. That's exactly what I'm going to say. So that was all the skins for this week so far. And, well, if you don't like the rust store, fair enough. But if you're patient, just listen to me once more. Based on what we've seen with recent holiday Rustle rotations, the week before the holiday rotation takes place, we see a lot of late picks, and I am still in the position that we very likely could still see the likes of Flashbacks Tier 3 or Thundergold hoodie and pants. And who knows, maybe we do get one of those sets being accepted next week, and then the final one appears in the future with the upcoming potential Maytime complete the sets / most wanted. That is a big cope, but we can't rule out the possibility of it. So if you aren't fully well aware, last year around Maytime we did have a complete the sets / most wanted. So most wanted, we got these skins, and for complete the sets we got these skins, notably whiteout boots, which did over 100,000 sales. So maybe, just maybe, we might see some of those skins appear around then, or most likely, potentially next week. We shall see. So you can sit there and say it's a cope, that's fine. I'll just have to live with that. But again, in regards to the likes of Flashbacks Tier 3, what's stopping the guy from making a version 2? The hoodie and pants were a version 2, and those were accepted. So, we'll see. And, we could get a version 3 of hoodie and pants for the Thundergold. I'm sure that'll be fine. And then a version 4 and a version 5. Let's remember, not too long ago, the likes of Hardsuit Collection. This took 6 attempts for the Tier 2 to finally be accepted. But Mr. Shedmon was ever so persistent. He just kept trying, and eventually he was rewarded. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and there was another one, but he removed it, and then 5. So it was actually 5 attempts. So cool. 5 or 6, I don't remember, but you get the idea. So if they are persistent, it could potentially still lead to some success, maybe. So chat, did you have any questions you wanted to ask now? Is there anything that you wanted to ask? What's on your mind? Feel free to sit there and say right about now. How long will Legacy Kevlar boost last, and is it at its peak? It might still keep going up a fair bit into the weekend, but if you're wanting to potentially sell, maybe now's the best time. However, maybe people will probably be a little bit more enthusiastic for it now, because as I said, with the likes of this new Nightlight that we've got over to here, with the new Nightlight, potentially people are going to be looking at black coloured sets and clothing and armour and whatnot, because it's going to help them out a fair bit more in comparison to what we had in the past. Quite literally, if you wear darker clothing and whatnot now, you kind of hide better in the dark times, the night time. Whereas before, when it was pitch black, you couldn't see anything regardless. But now, because you can vaguely see things, if you wear brighter clothing, it is slightly more noticeable. Slightly. Would you suggest holding Kevlar? I own a lot of Kevlar, and I'm still thinking, you know what, if I just wait until the summertime, based on what we saw of last year with the player counts, maybe summertime will be better. It routinely is. But will it? We shall see. Will the prices of these skins go back down again? Probably. Like I said, Copenhagen 2024 is still around the corner. We are expecting the stickers to potentially appear as early as Friday or next week. So when that all kicks off with the brand new content in Counter-Strike 2, do not be surprised in the slightest if our Rust skins suffer. People who own Rust skins very likely will unload their stock to get some quick funds so that they may quickly go and try their best to grab some or open some sticker capsules and / stickers. You know, they want to get the stickers for a cheaper price and flip them for a much better price. We shall see. So anyway, don't be surprised if these suffer, but also don't be surprised if things pick up around May time and improve very nicely for the summertime. Now, unfortunately, post-Christmas, literally just past a month or so ago, wasn't exactly super great. Maybe the summertime might not be super great. It's so conflicting. It's all over the place, I'm afraid to say. It is so conflicting. So yes, make sure you got your links prepared. Yeah, there you go. Hey, that's more for me in the chat right there. I know this is a Rust or rotation stream, but you got to put a little bit of preparation in place just in case. So, just to show that, yes, Hedge is a madman for anything on Steam that he can make a profit out of. So yeah, half the reason why I constantly talk about Rust skins is because we constantly keep getting more Rust skins. We don't get Counter-Strike and TF2 things all the time. So Rust has a special place in my heart. It keeps me happy every single week. Yeah. So cool. Remember to be fast enough. Yeah, if you're fast enough, eventually you will be picking up things for super cheap. In fact, I can confirm that right now. Someone just unloaded a big fat stack of Brokey holo stickers to me for about $1 each. Yeah, that happened. Where is it? Was it this account? I'm not joking, it happened, but what account was it? I can't remember. Was it this one? Oh no, Hedge is so much all over the place he doesn't even know. Where was it? Was it this account? I have no, that's just kilowatt cases. Don't mind that. I actually can't remember. Wait, no, No, I don't remember. I don't remember. Oh no, more kilowatt cases. Oh no. Okay, look, listen, that's Counter-Strike. Let's focus Rust. So, now that we've had the Force Wipe, guys, it's not over. You got to keep keeping an eye on the commits. Yes, what's potentially on the horizon? Well, we very likely will be seeing the Tool Cupboard retro skin properly being worked on. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it was readily prepared for the likes of March. But hey, maybe it's going to be out by April time. Now, another thing that's been getting a lot more mentions very recently is bikes, more specifically motorbikes. So the bikes tag that was mentioned not too long ago, it's looking like they're leaning more towards the likes of motorbikes and sidecars. So basically, one guy will drive the car motorbike, and then they'll have a guy on the sidecar, probably with a gun, just shooting random people that they drive past. Yeah, that's nice and wonderful. That's Rust. So motorbike with sidecar, here you go, that's it, that is exactly it. So I'm sure, like, you can understand, one guy will drive, one guy will be sitting down, one guy who's sitting down with a gun, maybe a minigun. Ooh, that would be interesting. So we don't fully know how it's going to look, but based on what they've been mentioning and what they've been saying, where's the sidecar? There you go. Yep, it looks like that's going to be the case. So it's not going to be a bicycle, it's going to be a motorbike. And maybe it's going to be a motorbike and then a motorbike with sidecar and then a bicycle. Maybe. We don't know yet. We do not know. But that looks like it's going to get readily prepared for April time. So yeah, for April, you've got to keep an eye on this now. And thank you very much for your subscription there, Mr. Benji. Much appreciated, sir. So, on the horizon, we shall see how this all potentially turns out. But yeah, next week's Rust Store is going to be an interesting one. I have mentioned to you the trend. Let's see how it all turns out in the future, right? Fingers crossed we do eventually see the likes of the continuations for both Thundergold and Flashbacks. I would like to see affordable budget options for white clothing and green clothing. It would be very, very nice, because Whiteout and Forest Raiders ain't getting any cheaper, is it? So, that's that then, guys. I guess we've said everything that needs to be said. I don't think you have any good questions to ask. Don't question my rod. It might be floppy right now, but I assure you, if I can get it, in a good spot, maybe I just need to support it with two hands, it would stay upright eventually. It's crooked. Oh. Ooh, helicopter. Just shut up. All right, anyway, so, yeah, just stay optimistic, try your best, and we'll see what happens next. And like I said, there's nothing stopping the skin creators from making another version, so... Alright then, so with that, thank you very much for watching, I greatly appreciate it, and like I said, keep an eye on the workshop. Keep an eye, see what's being produced, but I do believe it's going to be Easter skins now. If we're going to have Easter kicking off on March 21st, that would mean the next batch of skins that need to be prepared would have to be Easter skins. Yes, they have to be Easter skins, so carrots, rabbits, eggs... And of course, chicken costume, yes. Chicken costume, as stated back over to here. Chicken costume is going to come out with the Easter batch. Is it going to be a Rust Store item? Probably. And I wouldn't be surprised if the egg suit returns. I don't think we're getting a Rustichet egg. If there were to be another Rustichet egg, it will be mentioned in the commits, alright? But here you go, chicken costume, rusticated and rustified are mentioning it now and whatnot. We've known about this for 2 days. We're getting a chicken costume which comes in like 3 or 4 different versions. I don't know if that's an in-game item or it might potentially be something you have to purchase. We shall see. It's a bit goofy. It's a wooden pants skin, alright? It's a wooden pants skin. Yes, it looks very stupid. Yeah. So, yeah, potential new item that you can buy for Easter this year. And just to remind all of you, last year we did have 2 Easter Rust stores. I don't know if we're definitely going to have that happen again. So if I were to just quickly go over to here, there we go. Easter Week 1, April 6, Easter Week 2, April 13. That would mean if we have it kicking off on the 21st, it would also kick off on the 28th. Therefore, April Force Wipe will be a standard, non-gimmicky, non-holiday themed Rust store. So we shall see. Will it only be 1 week for the 21st, or will it be 2? We do not know, but most likely I lean towards the likelihood it's going to be 2. So go look at the previous year's Rust stores for Easter, and yeah, try and notice any collections that potentially might be looking for the likes of a brand new continuation. What will we see? What will we see? Will we see the return of Exu? I do think so. Will we see another Rustage egg? I don't know. We're getting a chicken instead of the egg. Do we really need an egg with the chicken when they got the Exu? Whatever. I was trying to make a clever joke. It didn't really amount to anything. I'm an idiot. Look at me. Look at me. You can tell that. All right, cool. Carrots, 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 Easter eggs, and chocolate. That's all you're going to see. And I hope you like it. Do you think this is the new egg suit? No, egg suit is something you could draw on and make whatever you want on it. You know, you could... some very naughty things on it. That chicken suit, you can't like change it up or anything. You have 3 different options for chickens, and that's it. So just buy anything Hedge's horn points to. It's not a horn. It's an antenna. I'm a Teletubby. All right. It's an antenna. All right. Don't tell the BBC about my TV license. All right. Okay. You know they don't seem to respect my bioorganic reception. Whatever. I've gone mad, and it's slanted again. Great, awesome. I can't get any good TV. Don't question me. You're the one who's watching this. You're the strange person. You're actively enjoying this as you're watching it. Shut up. What would your mother think? God, watching a strange man on the internet complain about pixels. So it is what it is. I don't think it's a bad restaurant. The only reason we're upset was because there's 2 very notable collections that we're really hyped up for that didn't get accepted. At the end of the day, we did still get a continuation of Legacy Kevlar, a cool looking primitive set, a cool looking garage door. I'm not going to complain. The AK, the Thompson, and the Small Box are fine for what they are. It's not bad. We've seen bad before, all right? We've seen bad. That right there, it's fine. I've got no complaints. So that... it is what it is. Let's look forward towards the likes of Easter time. Let's keep an eye on the commits and see what other things they might be working on. But for the likes of April Force White, we're very likely to be seeing a DLC skin for the tool cupboard, bikes, and potentially some more. But what could it be? Keep an eye on this and you'll find out. So once again, thank you. Catch you later. See you. Goodbye.